Welcome to the Bountiful Farmhouse. If this is the first time joining us, my name is Mindy. Today is Saturday, March 25, and I'm out here just kind of breathing, enjoying the fresh air, and regrouping. We haven't recorded anything this last weekend. We had kind of a heart tug, and I'm still trying to kind of regroup after that. We said goodbye to our very furry friend, Maryann, our golden retriever. And it was a sad day, and she was struggling with cancer. So we said goodbye and helped her over the Rainbow Bridge. In October, we said goodbye to her sister as well, with the same stupid cancer. And like I say, it's just been kind of a weird time right now. It's very quiet. We've had them for 11 years, and the house is very, very quiet without them. So to cheer us up, my husband knew what to do, and he called on my kids, and they always know how to cheer me up and restart my spirits. And so they joined us for the weekend. I had my oldest child come from Colorado, and she joined me for the weekend and helped me in the garden a little bit with the weather was nice. And then the rest of the kids joined us on a Zoom meet for a coffee, a brunch just on Sunday morning, and it was so good to just visit with them. Sometimes a mom just needs her kids, so it was good to have them with us. Updates to the garden. You can see around me that Mother Nature is still being rude and is just bringing snow. There's another storm on the horizon that we're expecting tonight, a few more inches of snow. But to keep our minds busy, after the week that we had, Eric finished up the boxes that you can see behind me. We decided to make a W out of them. It added a little more square footage for our garden. That way they're a little bit wider, will be easier to plant in. And Katie helped me fill them up with the dirt that we had ordered here. And it was a beautiful weekend last weekend, and I was going to plant the early brassicas and different things that way, but remembered that I needed to harden them off before I actually put them into the ground. So what that means, hardening off, is that you take them, because they've been growing inside under warmer temperatures and grow lights, and you bring them outside. Because it was still pretty chilly, I've put them into the greenhouse and left them for the day, and then would take them back in at night and bring them back out. I've been doing that all week. I did leave them out one night. The temperatures were about 40. They did okay. Brassicas are pretty hardy that way. And they did fine, but we brought them in last night because it got below freezing last night, and so I didn't want to ruin what we've done. The other things we did, so I wanted to plant. I wanted to get onions and different things into the ground, but in order to do that, we needed to corral the chickens, because as soon as we put fresh dirt in here, they came and they started digging it all out. And so Eric put up a fence for us. We put up a temporary fence that gives them non-access to the garden, so we can get busy up here once it gets warm and the soil gets workable and stuff that way. I wanted to talk a little bit about companion planting. I've mentioned it before when I shared my garden plan with you. I showed you how you could look that up and decide what you needed to plant with what. And the reason you do companion planting is the benefits are that, one, it brings in good insects to your plants, it brings in pollinators and everything, but it also will repel bad insects or attract them to the plants and keeps them off of the ones that you're really wanting to grow. And then it also helps to amend your soil. And we need that. This is the third year in these garden boxes, so we needed some soil amending and different things that way. I had to do a revamp of the garden. Some of the things that I was planning on growing, I was growing abundance because we used it in the dog food that I made. And since won't be making that anymore, I'm going to downsize a little bit. So I'm looking at replanting and what other things I can put in, and maybe more flowers to help pollinate, different things that way in here. And a great place to get kind of an overall for companion planting is from my friend at the Little Sprouts Homestead, and we'll put a link in that into the comments below this, and take a look at that. She's laid it out really well, and it's very helpful. As you're looking at your garden for this summer, spring and summer, I would love to hear what you're planting, what you plan on doing with it. We plant to preserve a lot of ours. We eat it fresh, but we also preserve, and we'll get more into that as plants are growing and that time of the year comes. but we'd love to hear what you all do, what you're planning, and what you do with it. If you like what you see, please hit the subscribe button and leave us any comments. We'd love to hear from you. We'll answer any questions. And if you have any tips of the trade for us to share, we'd love to hear those as well. Thanks for joining us today.